everyone, it's Lisa and today is Monday, and today I did a tutorial, just a get ready with me for this look, which my goal was to be kind of simple but glam, kind of like something I want to do every day. And I also wanted to show you some of my favorite products that I have either used for a long time or discovered this past year. So this is going to be kind of like a yearly roundup of my favorite inexpensive products. And I did go, I think 2 or 3 times this weekend trying to find some good products, and I did. I found a really good bronzer. I think the brow is pretty good, and just a lot of other good products. And I did, I think, 3 or 4 different lips in this video too. So this video is in partnership with Walmart. I appreciate them asking me to work with them. I have really enjoyed every video and every new product that I have found, and I appreciate all the support from you guys too. So if you want to see this look, then just keep on watching. So let's get started. And I think I'm going to do something a little different today. I am going to kind of like, it's old school. It's how I used to do my makeup, where you put the concealer on first. And I've got 2 different, okay, first of all, let's do our primer. That's definitely the first thing. My favorite drugstore primer is the Revlon Color Stay. Okay, so I like to pour it on my hand. And then I just get whatever brush I am going to use for my foundation. And first I place it where I know I want the most like pore filling or smoothing, and where my makeup wears off, which would be around my nose, my T-zone basically. And then I go out with the rest. And that kind of seasons your brush, kind of like a pizza stone, and keeps everything else from, you know, when you go with your foundation, it'll go on better, and this won't grab as much of the foundation. My favorite inexpensive concealers would have to be either the Revlon Color Stay or the Maybelline Conceal by Face Studio. Today, if I were going to do it like I do a lot of times, where I put on my concealer, you know, the last thing I do and kind of brighten under my eyes, I like to use this one. But for this technique, I like to use the Revlon Color Stay. And I've got 2 colors, 15 Light and 20 Bisque. And of course, I would like a number 18. So I'm going to start with the 15 and go in this darkest areas here. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit darker one and kind of go around like this and just get all of this discoloration right there. Okay, and then take a nice, the longer you let it sit, the better coverage you're going to get, because it will just, I don't know, it just kind of dries and then it stays put a little bit longer. So, and then I like to just kind of dab mine in and carry it out and carry it down. I'm not really doing a triangle, and then I carry it all in the corner and over the eye and down like that. Down and out. And then what's left on my brush, I'll kind of go up in here. And then I have a little bit of discoloration over my lips. So I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm going to go in with a lighter color. And go right here and right here. And we'll put one little, this is kind of like highlighting too. Right there. And I have found that when I do that and pull that concealer down over my lip line, it really helps with my lip liner too. Okay, so there we go. So we've kind of concealed all the stuff that I am worried about. And then the next thing we're going to do is go in with a foundation. And by far my most impressive foundation from Walmart or the drugstore has been the Revlon Color Stay. And my favorite color, even though it's a tad bit too dark, it's still, the tone is what I like the most. And it's number 330, Natural Tan. And so this is the 24-hour matte finish that I've been using. But last night I went to Walmart and grabbed a lot of things that I was just curious about and tried to fill in some holes that I had not really found a favorite. And so today I thought I would try the normal to dry version of the same color and just mess with it and see how it goes. So of course I'm gonna have to open it real quick. And I'm just curious. Okay, it's a lot more of a liquidy version. And I'm going to, here's my foundation brush. I'm going to take it and put it where I haven't put anything first. And we'll go from there. Because now that it is winter time, I don't need as much of that matte. And I can see it's still too dark. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is, this is my next favorite foundation. This is the Infallible L'Oreal, and this number is 440, and this is one that I use. It's a neutral tone, but it is a little bit lighter. We use just a little bit, and a lot of times I use this to cut down the darkness of a foundation that's too dark for me without making it too yellow. So that is what I'm doing here. Is I'm going to fix that. Okay, there we go. So that is a real good one to have in cases like this, and that way you've kind of left your contour and nothing's too thick or anything, because I just used one pump of each. Next thing I've been looking for is a loose powder, something that kind of compares to the high-end powders. And I have the Coty, but the fragrance on that is just a little much for me. And so I have really enjoyed this Revlon Photo Ready in the medium deep to set my foundation with. So, but I would go in with a big fluffy brush, start with the places that you want the most color and coverage, and then tap over the others so we can create a nice surface where our other products won't stick. That is the main thing that we're doing here. So I'm just gonna make sure I've coated everything like that. Okay, my next step would be to kind of contour. So there are a couple different things that I like. I did purchase this NYX palette or NYX palette, but I don't think it's any better than this one that I have told you about. This is definitely a favorite product, and I like to grab kind of a smaller brush or an angled brush. Let me grab an angled brush to show you. And then I like to go in with this darkest color and really create that shadow. UPS's guy's here. Like that. And you will put this wherever you like. Like I have a big forehead, so I'm trying to maybe shorten my forehead a little bit. I like really strong contour and accented cheekbones, so I'm putting it right here. And then I want to tighten up this jawline. And under here, create just like a shadow. Let me go grab the door. Okay, and then another thing I really, really like this little palette for is I like to have a brighter face, right, you know, the plane of my face that's, you know, like my face kind of starts at the cheekbone right here and goes down and then goes up that way. So I like to make that part kind of lighter. And so let me wipe off this angled brush. And I like to go in with this light color and kind of make that whole top lighter. See how that does? And I like doing that with a color with no shimmer. I like shimmer. My favorite shimmer would probably be in the blush, not as much a highlight. Like the other day, I really used a lot of this and I regretted it. It really showed my texture and it just wasn't the look I was going for that day. And so today I'm kind of doing a good, simple, everyday makeup and I would not use shimmer on that day. So I'm gonna put just a little bit more of this right here. And I just can't say enough about this. And I like the fair. If you go up, then the colors change. You know, they get more orangey and you just don't get these good, simple tones. I feel like this is pretty much universal. For bronzer, I have really been trying. I've been reading, trying things, asking people, and without a doubt, everyone mentions the butter bronzer. So I looked several places and found the darkest one because that's always been my problem, is I felt like it didn't have enough oomph for me. So I found this one at a different Walmart and it is the deep bronzer. So let's just take the same brush and we'll go in this, and I like to go kind of on the backs of my cheekbones and then right into that contour I already had. I kind of just go over and blend out everything I did with this. And blend it out so it doesn't look, just gives it that yumminess. Blush, there are so many good inexpensive blushes, really. I mean, I have found some of the best, and so I brought a lot of them out here. Of course, I can't use them all. Tried and true Milani Luminoso, just a gorgeous blush. Burt's Bees Toasted Cinnamon, a really pretty glowy, just tan type blush, very natural. The one I've been wearing a lot lately, the Soft Mink from CoverGirl, another beautiful natural blush. I tried a new one that is gorgeous, and if you like the NARS Impassioned, you would love this. It's the Revlon Wild About Violet. It's a new shade and it is just so pretty. So I'm just trying to decide whether I want to use this. And I know that this is blue, cool toned. Don't feel like you've got to have cool tone makeup or anything. This just really makes your cheekbones pop. And then another blush that I have loved for years is this one. It's the Physicians Formula. And when I saw it, I was just like, oh, I forgot how much I love that. It's the Happy Booster. So I think I'm going to use this one because I feel like this one is something I have just loved for a long time. I think I gave Brooke my last one and it's just so pretty. It's got all different kinds of tones. So let's try this first. Okay, I'm going to get a nice fluffy brush like that and I'm going to go in all the colors, and I like my blush kind of back on the backs of my cheeks and up into my temple like that. See how pretty that is? Oh, they're so pretty. And then, like I said, I like to leave this a little brighter. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, but just because I want to show you how pretty this is, let me put just a little bit on. I hope you can see it. I think you can. It's just so pretty. So that is, whoa, that's pretty. Another favorite, definitely this spray. I love to just soak down my face with it and then stand in front of my space heater, and that way it just kind of seals it in. So I'm going to go do that. I'll count how many sprays. It's going to be a lot, but I'll count them for you, so I'll be right back. Okay, I used about 10 sprays, and what I do is go over every single part of my face, but see, it's just a really light spray and it smells good, and this is the energizing one. Okay, so now I'm going to take advantage of maybe my eyebrows being a little bit damp or whatever and clean out any powder or any makeup foundation that has gotten in my brows. All this, it's the Revlon Color Stay Brow Kit. It's new, maybe it's a new shade, I don't know. 24 hours dark brown, and it's got like the powder and the wax in it. I don't know if I'm gonna use the wax, but I'm just thinking the way I'm doing my brows now, just the ends and extending them, I might just prefer a powder. So I thought I would try this with you and we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's got the little brushes in there, and then we're gonna go right here and just extend that. Wow. Okay, the pigmentation is really nice on that. It's a little warm and brown, but I think it's pretty. And then I'm going to take what's left and kind of run it through the rest like that. Okay, now I'm going to, I bought some clear Great Lash to use for brow gel. This is what I used to use all the time before I even knew they had ever invented brow gel. And so we're going to use this and see how it goes. So far, so good. Okay, and then before we go any further, let's do some lips. Now lips, oh my gosh, there are so many good lip products. And I brought out some of my favorite lip liners. The only one I don't have out here, and I don't know where it is, I think it might be in Brooke's room, or just I didn't find it. Could be in my menagerie of lip liners. But I do love Rimmel Tiramisu. That is one that I have loved for a long time. But if I had to say my most loved lip liners would be these new L'Oreal matte lip liners, the Milani lip liners. I've really enjoyed this particular one here. It's Almond Rose by Maybelline, and then NYX Sandstorm. So I thought we would try to start off today with a really light kind of nude lip. And this lip liner here, which is, okay, Mastermind is my favorite, but there's another one. This one is Matt's It. So for those of you that love a light, cool pink, I think that you would love this lip liner if you want to stay with that cool pink. Or if you just want, there's a lot of times I'll see pictures where someone has taken a cooler lip liner and just done like a clear gloss. So anyway, I thought I would try this first and show it to you just for something different. See how it's a cooler color, but it just extends your lip line? And then kind of work it in. And then I've got all kinds of lip products out here. This has been one of my favorites for a long time. It's Revlon Matte Lipstick in Nude Attitude. And I just was able to find it. My Walmart has been out of it forever, and I'm slightly afraid they could be discontinuing it. So if you like this too, you need to go ahead and probably get one. So it's a very light nude. And it's matte, so that is a look, not one that I would go for. You could easily bring that liner in, but what I was thinking is to go over it with, I was looking for something kind of light and sparkly, but I really think I need more color with this. So I just picked up these two new Milani glosses. The name, I love it, it's called Ludicrous lip gloss, and the colors I picked up are Team Spirit and She's All That, and I am going to use, I think, Team Spirit over this. It's more of the mauve ones. Yes, just to blend that in. But see how that cool lip liner just gives a different look? Let me see, I'll put some pictures in here of what I'm talking about. Girls that wear a cool lip liner. I think Angelina Jolie does that sometimes. Okay, so for the eyeshadow, I think the most impressed I have been with eyeshadows has been with the e.l.f. palettes, the Matte for Matte, and then the shimmer in the rose gold, like this rose gold nude palette. This little color right here I'm getting ready to use. But today I don't really want to do like an extensive, I want to do kind of like a real easy plain look. Nude Mood. And I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here and just do just my favorite look. Just go in with a fluffy brush, no card or anything, just kind of go in. And you could also, I mean, people like to do this with their bronzer, but I don't like a bronzy eye typically. I like a taupey because I want it to look more like a true shadow. Carry it all in and all the way out like that. So all the way in, kind of up, and then all the way out. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush and use that same shade. Then I'm going to take that same shade, and this just depends on your eye shape. I have kind of like a lower lid, so I'm going to put that lower, or that shadow right there on that lower lid and kind of bring it down, and do that again on this eye and bring it down into that kind of crease that I have right here. I find that if I do that, my eyes just seem to look bigger. It kind of creates a frame, and it just seems like that's going to crease anyway, so I might as well put a shadow there. And then I'm going to wipe off this small brush, and this one shade in this palette is so good. This one right here, I use it all the time. It reminds me of it's like a pinker version of Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy. And so I'm going to go into that and do my inner corner. I'm going to carry it up under here a little bit, like that. Right under the lash line. It's so soft. Just goes right on. Okay. And then I'm pretty much going to leave my lid bare for right now. I'm going to go do, I'm not going to go, I'm going to do it in front of you, but I'm going to do my liner and then come back and we'll do some more eyeshadow. Let's take this lip off and do another. Do probably a more flattering look on me. These lip liners last forever though. So I'll probably have to build on top of that. For the next lip look, let's use one of my very, very, very favorites, which has been the L'Oreal. Of course, you guys know how much I love the Shining Peach. It's my very favorite. I mean, drugstore or high-end or whatever. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. But this year they came out with some new plumping, and my favorite one would have to be Coconut Plump. Now there's also a Guava Plump that they came out with, which is a little bit peachier. So let's do that one next. And then we'll say I bought the Mulberry Plump. I don't know if I've ever tried that. We'll do that last. Okay, so let's use Sandstorm by NYX. It's still cool toned, but it's not as gray. It's more of a cool toned brown. And it's not as smooth. This is more of the kind that's, this and the Milani is more like a MAC lip liner. It's a little bit more sticky feeling, you know what I mean? Like it's a true pencil. Use the Guava. These are so nice. There's just like lip gloss in a stick. Now that is much better. That is a much better nude lip on me. So scratch the first one, and just, unless you just particularly like that real big contrast, I think this looks much better. I'm gonna hate to take this off. It's so pretty. Okay, so now let's do eyeliner. You guys know how much I love, love, love the Espresso L'Oreal. But I felt like I needed to show you something different because I've already established how much I love that. So my favorite, Brooke reminded me of this when I told her I was doing this favorites roundup video. She loves this pen, and it is the L'Oreal Super Slim Liquid Eyeliner. And it has a really long tip on it. So I love this for the liquid liner, but if you want to do a, let's see, a pencil liner first, I grabbed this and I really like it. It's the Master Kajal by Maybelline. And this is a really good one if you want to smudge out your line first, like I like to do, and then go back in and do your liquid. And you can do the same thing with a shadow, but I just think this just makes it really pretty. So first thing I'm gonna do is line the top of my eye. I'm not gonna do the wing with this. And see, because it has this long just applicator like this, it makes it so easy, and it just goes on like it's already smudged. And not all blacks stay black on me. A lot of them will turn blue, but this one stays pretty black. And then take your Q-tip and go ahead, or you could take your finger if you want to. I usually just take a Q-tip and then just smudge it out some, like that. And sometimes you'll smudge and you'll smudge some off, so just go back in like that. Okay, so after you've gotten both eyes pretty equally smudged, this is really nice. And this, they make it so you can, a lot of people can close their eye and like just stripe this all the way across. I don't want this on my lower lash line, but it's really easy to put and get it underneath your lashes too. Now I'm gonna take the pen liner and kind of go stamp it right along your eye line or eyelashes. And then look ahead, find out where you want your wing, and then just put it down like that. And drag it over. And that way you've got your precise wing, but not such a precise line across your, it just is a, I think it just looks pretty. Okay, one of the mistakes I make sometimes is I'll have one inside of my eye a little bit darker than the other. I think I've got them pretty much the same. Looks like I might have come in a little bit further on this one. So I'm gonna go all the way to the tear duct. You've got to try this, it's really good. Okay, now, without a doubt, favorite mascara ever, like of all the high end and everything this year, and of course of Drugstore, is this Maybelline Lash Sensational Sumptuous. No, Luscious. I always say that. I think it's like another language. Okay, and I'm going to do my mascara before I put on my eyelashes. Do it either way, but I find this is just most of the time easier for me. So there is the mascara. You see how good it does all on its own. But I think what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the black liner and just do it right here on this corner, just to kind of meet up with the wing. See how it kind of lifts the eyes and brings everything together. I think what I'm going to do for this last shade, I want to just go back in with, hold on, I'm just going to go back in with the taupe from my contour palette. And you want to go in with a smaller brush and go from the wing to the inside here and just back and forth. And that's what's going to give you that pretty depth. It's like, even though you don't have any color on your eyelids, it's still so pretty. Like that. And then if you want, wipe off my brush, you could even use this highlight at the highest part of your brow up here. Did I go too far right now? So you could do it back, blend it back out. But I just think that is such a pretty normal look. And now we are going to use my favorite lashes I have found this year above all, and that is the Lash Couture Faux Mink collection from Kiss, and it's the Jubilee. And see how thick they are, but yet they're still really pretty and wispy. So what I like to do is I cut the heck out of them, but you use them according to your eye. You may be able to handle the whole lash. I just can't. Okay, and then I thought we would take off this lip and then do one more. Let's use the Almond Rose. I don't really typically like roll-up liners, but there's just, this one's good. I'm using it kind of with a light hand. I'm not like really drawing. I see some people and they're bearing down and really drawing it on, because you want to be able to kind of smudge it out just a little bit. And then I don't know if I have ever tried this color, but it was just interesting looking, Mulberry Plump. So let's give it a try. Man, this smells good. It smells fruity. And it is really pretty. Oh, I love that. It's so happy looking. It's definitely more of a cool tone, like fuchsia, pink. So pretty. We may do another one after this. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to put on my lashes now. Again, I will bend them again before I put them on and kind of do like this because my eye is so round. Take my tweezers, grab them on the end, and set them right back here. And that one just pretty much went right into place. Okay, so I'm going to take my hair down and look at what I've got going here. And okay, and if you see any places that are kind of shiny or you want to kind of get them under control a little bit, I like to take this white, kind of accent in there. And a lot of times I like to take this right back here. Just to make my face look a little bit wider. I think that's it. And I hope you guys liked it. Would you like to do one more lip? Let's do one more kind of a tawny, kind of like a rosy brown look. Just in case, because I have so many good things here I like. So I'm gonna wipe this off first. My lips are a little angry and they're bright pink just because. But let's go in with the Milani All Natural. And this one is not too cool, not too warm. It's just a good natural. Any of these Milani lip liners you will love. Smudge it out some. And then another one of these ludicrous glosses that I got that I thought was so pretty. It was all of them. They were all pretty. She's All That, number 120. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, I love it. Get all the way to the top with that sparkle. Okay guys, I think that is it. So I hope you have found a few things that you might want to try. There are so many good things and I'm not done trying. I'm really satisfied with that butter bronzer. I have to admit, I think it really did a good job. The only thing that I might still be looking for would be a lid primer, which you guys did give me some good ideas. So I'm gonna do a quick outfit of the day and then I'll let you go. So today I've got on that same blouse that I showed you the other day in my holiday collection, and it's from Walmart and I just love it. I'm just so excited that I finally found a top like this that fits me well. And so just to change it up, I put it on with a pair of distressed skinny jeans with a pair of black pumps just for a different look, and just a small black bag. And I think that's a good way you can wear, you know, tops that you buy for Christmas and for dressy. You can use them, you know, in your everyday, and it would look good with like a faux fur over it or a moto jacket. It's not very cold here today, so it's probably going to be fine like it is. But I love the look of something dressy with really good distressed jeans, especially skinny jeans. Okay, so I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.